let's be honest. We all have an opinion on what we think the worst road is in our neighborhood, our community, our city. And each and every year we have this outlet for ourselves, which I absolutely love. CAA brings in their Worst Roads campaign. Here to tell us more about it, I'm joined by Julie Beun. She is the Director of Communications and Public Relations with CAA North and East. Welcome to the show, Julie. I'm right? Everybody thinks they have it, but CAA has. So why does CAA do this in the first place, Julie?
Well, it's one of our mandates is not just a not-for-profit for our members, but we are very much involved in road safety, advocacy, school safety, all that sort of thing. And, that goes for bikes, for people who use roads in whatever way. So, it's really about road safety and making sure that drivers, cyclists, runners, e-scooter riders, anybody on a trike, unicycle, that they're all going to get where they need to be safely, and that they're not going to face plant because of a pothole or crumbling infrastructure.
I'm looking at some of the video we're showing, recognizing some of the roads that we often see on this worst roads, like Innis and Hunt Club. Carling Avenue has to be on there. We'll talk about it in a minute, but let's talk about how it works exactly. Voting has already begun, right, Julie?
Yeah, and oh my goodness, they've got to be in their bonnet this year. So CAA did a survey, and we found that 77% of Ontarians complain about the roads. That's like how many people complain about the weather.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we opened voting on March 22nd, and Derek, we're already just 300 votes shy of last year's total after a month of voting.
Holy
so
jeez.
People are really responding, really into it. Now, this guy, I love this guy. He must have posted about 30 pictures, and he's got his handy tape measure, and he is measuring all of these places, letting us know where they are. And people can vote as often as they want. There is a prize at the end of it. A randomly selected person will get free gas for a year, which, as we're expecting $2 a liter this summer, that's no small change. There's my dog sitting in a pothole near my house in downtown Ottawa.
I mentioned Carling Avenue. Let's talk about some of last year's, that received sort of in that top 10. Did Carling Avenue must have made it again in the top 10?
On the first day of voting, the first, say, 500 votes, there was Carling, Innis, Range Road, Hunt Club again was making an appearance, and also North, because our area goes all the way up to Sudbury, Thunder Bay, Timmins area. Carling and those bigger roads, they're really long. They go through a lot of high use, high density areas, so they're always going to make an appearance. And some of the infrastructure underneath those roads is quite dated. So
right.
I think the city is chipping away at replacing it bit by bit, but it still hurts when you hit a pothole and you dent your rim or crush a tire.
How are our roads overall? Because you'd think with something like this that CAA puts on every year that we would see dramatic improvement. And I know that they do use, a lot of the results and things do change. But have roads gotten worse, or have they gotten better since CAA started this?
So we started in 2003, and
okay.
Some roads do get attention, for sure they do, and municipalities and the provincial government is responsive. Now, there is 1 million kilometers of roads in Canada. 156,000 kilometers are in very poor or poor condition across the country. In Ontario, it's 32,400 kilometers. Are in pretty bad condition. So when you're looking at it, that's like 43% of the roads in Ontario and Canada are in pretty bad shape. Basically, what we're advocating for is, if you spend $1 now when a road is not too bad, you save between $6 and $10 down the road on like major road work. So, it's also about safety. So as more and more people are riding bikes to school, to work rather, We got to look out for people who are other road users, as it were.
I imagine you probably get a lot of calls from drivers due to potholes. I mean, even cyclists now because of the new, some of the new things that you brought in as far as membership plans go.
Yeah, so we do have that's a great point. We do have a service called Bike Assist with all of our membership levels. So if you do run into a pothole or you wipe out for whatever reason, CA will come to the rescue, put the bike on the back of the truck and get you where you need to go in one piece. I think
Nice.
really the overall message is that we want people to vote, to have a say, to have an outlet, as you said. Let us some steam.
Yeah.
Let us know where the worst roads are, and we'll let the province and the city know.
And it really does work. Julie, thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back with more after this.